I'm gonna share briefly my essay introduction that I wrote in my first year at Cambridge for the question title, "The West Did Not Triumph in the Cold War. The Eastern Bloc Needlessly Surrendered," from 2016. And this, of course, is very different to a question about music, but I hope that having a copy of it and seeing the ways I've broken down the key words here will be helpful. So I've spoken a lot in terms of the binaries of victory and loss. So almost like a poem, I've analysed the question title. And I've also made it quite clear how these, the question, the words of the question are not a very good way of describing a very complex historical phenomenon, you know, the collapse of the Eastern Bloc. And I haven't done this by saying this question is rubbish, but I've poked holes at the question and I've tried to convince the examiner about why this kind of question format is not sufficient. And I've also made it clear what my argument will be as well. And I've answered the question quite bluntly, and I said, I've discussed the terms and I don't completely agree. So how do we use this essay introduction structure for the essay competition? And I want to say actually that the difference between my introduction that I've written and the introduction that you might write is that I'm sure your introduction is going to be a lot better than mine because you're going to have a lot more space and time to consider a fun structure, which includes, for example, a quotation at the beginning, anecdote at the beginning, and we'll look at some past winners together.